All right, welcome back to the channel. This Josh, your host from KeepItTechie. I'm excited today. I got a special guest in the building. I'm super excited. I got my man InfoSec Pat. I'm glad he was able to come on and do this interview. I definitely appreciate him coming through and doing this. And shout out to everybody in the chat. I see you guys commenting. Definitely appreciate you guys coming through. And what's up? So what's up, Pat? How you doing, man?
Good, man. Thank you so much, Josh. I really appreciate, this Saturday afternoon in my case. And super stoked to answer so many questions. Hopefully the people have questions about InfoSec or information security or privacy, anything that's, cyber related. Hopefully I can answer your question. I don't know it all, but I think I know enough to at least guide you in the right direction.
Cool. Yeah. And like I've been following your channel for a while, as well
Likewise.
as like KeepItTechie. Um, yeah, and if you guys didn't know his link, I believe I put your link down in the because I was rushing last night. But if it's not down there, I'm gonna put it in the chat. Not now I'm thinking about it if I actually did it or not. But I typically put his link in the chat. I'm gonna put it in the actual live chat so you guys can subscribe to his channel. He has an awesome YouTube channel, information security, which is another side of IT that I don't work in, but I always like to bring other people on that are proficient in those areas because I don't know everything. Just like probably Pat doesn't know everything. On my side, like he said a few minutes ago, we all bring something different to the table, and so that's why I do these live streams so you guys can get the information from people that are actually in those fields and in those areas of IT. Yep.
No, and that's definitely cool. Like I said, like you can bring so like Linux. I know enough Linux, but I'm not a Linux administrator, right? Like I
Hmm.
know enough Linux and like Kali Linux to use the tools that I'm proficient in, but I'm not really a Linux expert, right? Yeah, I have a Linux Plus and I have the LPIC one and SUSE, like some stuff when you did. I don't know if you ever took your Linux Plus, but back in the
Yeah,
day,
I have it.
so when you took your Linux Plus, did you get like the SUSE and LPIC one all together, like three certs in one?
See, I took it late. I
Oh,
think
okay.
they got rid of that that
Yeah.
where if you take one, you get the other automatically. Yeah.
Exactly. You took CompTIA's Linux Plus. This was probably like, I don't know, 12 years ago now,
Hmm.
11 years ago. And like you would take the Linux Plus and then you would get like LPIC one and the SUSE, I think I did like SUSE, it was like admin 7 or something. And meanwhile, I didn't take any of those certifications. I just took the Linux Plus and they granted them. So it was pretty cool.
Cool. Yeah. And so speaking of certifications, how many certifications you got, bro? Like I was looking on your page, man. You got and then the ones right behind you on your image, you got a whole bunch of certs, bro. How many
Yeah.
certs you got?
That's a good question. I don't know. I don't know. So if I was to guess, probably around 90, probably.
Okay.
Um, and a little bit about the backstory. I've been in IT now for about 19 years, about 18 years. I look young, but I'm not that young. But so when I started getting into IT, yeah, I did the A plus, Network plus, Security plus, all those pluses. You know,
Mm-hmm.
so why I started taking certifications wasn't because I wanted more money. It was like, say, for an example, I was a Linux admin. I started touching Red Hat. Yeah, I wasn't going to go for the RCS, whatever the Red
Yeah, the
Hat
red hat.
certification is.
Yeah.
But like I was learning more about like Linux and stuff like that. So I'm like, okay, I'll go get this Linux Plus. And then when I was doing Microsoft, I would do the MCSE back in the day for 2003 server. Then go to the MCITP, and then the new MCSAs for Office 365 and Azure and all that stuff. So anytime I learned a new topic for my own sake, it's like going to school, right? You're gonna go to get your bachelor's degree. Are you gonna go 4 years and not graduate, drop out?
Not at
No,
all.
like,
Yeah.
so I always take it like, okay, I'm learning about VMware, learning about vCenter, ESXi servers. Why not go take the VCP DVA or DV, data center virtual DCV, right? So that was always my mentality. So like then I got into networking. Okay, networking has Juniper, Cisco. So I've taken a lot of certifications, and when I did some contracting work for like Dell and HP, you know, those Dell certifications, like okay, like get the server stuff or you know, whatever those certifications are, they don't mean jack shit, but you know, it was certifications I've taken. But like the ones that are really mean something, you know, like say, okay, like I probably have about 50 of those.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's dope, man. That's dope. Yeah. Now, and it seems as though you were strategic with your certifications as well. It wasn't just okay, I'm gonna just take this certification for money, like you said a few minutes ago. You know what I'm saying? It was very strategic, so you can learn a specific topic and then prove that you know that topic based on the certification. So that's dope.
Exactly.
Hmm.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And a little bit of advice about the certs, like I don't know, this is just me. I don't ever do those certifications to get more money,
Hmm.
right? Because the money will come. Do it for your own self-satisfaction. Because if you're doing something for another man or for another person, whatever, then it doesn't mean much. Like I do everything for myself. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? I don't care. I don't go out there flaunting, you know, the certs I have. Like, and I just do it for my own sake. And then like I've told other people, like with LinkedIn and all this other social media stuff, I was on the DL for my whole life until like 4 years ago. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
I was anonymous. I didn't care what people knew about me. And I just wanted to keep it that way. But obviously, the world that we're in, helping other people, you know, your name gets out there, information gets out there.
Yeah.
And here we are today.
Yeah. Yeah. That's dope, man. That's dope. Now, I kind of skipped over the first question I typically ask, but what actually got you interested in getting into the tech field? I know you've been in for, you know, what is it, 19 years? 18
Yeah.
years?
Now
Yeah,
18
19.
years. Yeah.
Okay.
18 years now. So, yeah, that's a good question. So I'm originally from New York. Probably you guys can tell by my accent. But growing up in New York, I grew up in the streets, grew up doing not so good things. And I saw my family, like my father, my uncles, and everyone, just blue collar. You know what I mean? One's a bridge painter, one works in a union, one's a carpenter. Like everyone is like, I always thought, okay, this is if you have like a plumber job, electrician, you're the man. This is
Mm-hmm.
what you need to do. So I came down, you know, not to get too personal, but I had some shit happen back home, and I had to get out of there. So I came down to Florida. And when I was here in Florida, I started working with my uncle. He has an electrical business, so I was an electrician, and you know, from 17 to like 19.
Okay.
And I was like, this is not for me. You know what I mean? And then my uncle's best friend was a nerd. You know what I mean? Like one of his friends back home, he was like, "Oh, talk to Jay, you know, see if he can get you into this computer world."
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, "Yo, like Joe, like I'm like telling my uncle, I'm like, that's for the smart kids, dude. Like that's not for me, you know." And make a long story short, like I talked to Jay, I talked to my uncle's friend, and he was like, "Yeah, just come. You know, there's a bench tech. You know, you can change hard drives out. You don't have to install anything. Just do the physical stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Bench tech."
Yo.
And and then he started letting me like install. Like this is when like Windows 98 went into ME, Windows Millennium,
Okay.
and so I was like, "Oh, this is pretty cool. This is way better than working with Uncle Joe." Fucking back then, I was getting like, you know, my back would hurt. I would get
Yeah.
blisters, digging trenches. And I'm like, I'll sit on this bench all day. So that's how I got into it. And then like it just snowballed from there. Like it came to me so easy.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to let people know when people say, or when you tell yourself like something's super hard because you feel like the next person, like I work out, right? Like the skinny guinea next to me is not going to compare himself to me because, you know, he can get there. He just has to start, right? So it's all about starting. And once I started the journey, I loved it. I was like, this shit is cool. I was just like, and I kept on learning. And then Jay was the one that said, anytime you learn something, be reinforced for what you're learning. Go get a certification. Like when I was doing the bench tech, I took the A plus, started touching networks, network plus,
Mm-hmm.
and then, you know, it snowballed from there. So that's how I got into IT.
Yeah, that's dope, man. That's dope. Like, interesting story, and that's why I asked that question because everybody has a different path that they took to get into it, and it's always interesting to hear that. And my story is somewhat similar because, like, like how you said, oh, that's for the the nerds or whatever.
Hmm.
I that's how I thought when I was coming up. I was like, I can't do that. I'm not smart enough to do that. You know what
Hmm.
I'm saying? It's I'm not the typical person that would be doing that. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of backed away from it until I joined the military. I only, you know, played around with computers at home. With my parents had one computer, the family computer, and
Hmm.
so that's how I kind of started messing around with it, taking things apart, and and all that stuff. And so yeah, I didn't think I could actually get into this field and be successful. And so that's why I always like to hear other people's story, like how they actually got into it. So that's dope.
Yeah. And then, yeah, so that was the IT portion, right?
Uh huh.
Getting into IT, and then like, getting into network administration, then I started blah, blah, blah. Then you move up. Then I transitioned to cyber, right? That's what I do now. That's my bread and butter. And then we'll go on to whatever else is next if there's any questions. So how I got into cyber was pretty unique. Again, go back to I'm from New York. I have a lot of sneakers. I'm a big sneakerhead.
Okay.
So, oh man, like I have a lot. And so like I used to buy them, sit on them and flip them, you
Yeah.
know. And if people don't know what that means, I'll just buy a pair of sneakers. I'll like hold on to them for a month or two. When all of them, or for an example, the Jordan 11s are always the hottest sneaker.
Yeah.
And for
Always
example,
come out around Christmas time.
exactly, exactly, exactly. Like I always bought two. I would bring someone with me because sometimes, like, if you're going like Foot Locker or Finish Line or whatever these stores are, usually they have one per person. So I'll
Yep.
just like, if I can't find someone, I'll throw someone a couple of dollars, stand behind me. If I can, like, get me a pair and I'll shoot you some stuff. And so yeah, and then I used to sell them on eBay, and then eBay back then, didn't connect directly to your bank account like it does now. It used to connect to PayPal.
PayPal. Yep.
So, I got fish from the Nigerian prince, like about 10 years ago, like this happened. And then like I got like $900 stolen from my
Oh
PayPal
man.
account. Yeah. And I was a little old school back then. Like I always kept, my money on the DL under my bed. So like I had this PayPal card, and that's that was my debit card. So
Hmm.
I was like, all right, like all my $900 is gone, is out of here. So then that which intrigued me, I'm like, how did that happen? How did someone harvest my credentials and stuff like that? So I was doing my bachelor's degree then in information systems, right? Like IT,
Hmm.
just regular IT. And then I transitioned to cyber, and that goes down that path. And whatever questions you have, we'll go down that.
Yeah,
So
that's dope. That's interesting. Yeah. Um, that like I've heard of that happening, you know what I'm saying? And then also, yeah, I used to be the one of the people you probably selling those shoes to cuz I was always away, so never near where I could go to a Foot Locker or something to get them when they released, and so I was
hmm
always buying them at a uprated price of
hmm
eBay. So you probably sold me a pair, but nah. Yeah, that reminds me of a guy I worked with. He was trying to buy a bike, and he spent a bunch of it. Well, he sent them Western Union them the money,
oh,
and yeah, and lost it all. So that's sorry that happened to you, man. But hey, that was motivation to get you into the field. That's dope though.
exactly. And that was my story to get into cyber.
Hmm.
And yeah, I'm super grateful. It's a bummer that it happened.
Yeah,
Yeah, I got my money back, but it was just a principle, and I was like, I'm gonna take this, this fuel and keep pushing.
yeah, yeah. Well, let me stop for a second and shout out a couple people here. I see Professor Black Ops. What's up, man? Operation Tech Takeover. Salute to you. Kev Tech in the building. What's up, bro? He says for the pizza. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. Art New Style, peace fam. How you doing, man? Good to see you. Definitely appreciate you being here. Um, and if you guys or just now getting here, interviewing InfoSec Pat, awesome YouTube channel. Check out his channel. Also, he works in the cybersecurity field, so definitely check out his channel if you're trying to get into that field or looking for some information on it. He definitely has a lot over there. So now the next question, um, I typically ask. So, you walked us down your path on how you actually got into it. If you ran into someone, this is probably what you do on your channel all the time, but if you ran into someone that's interested in getting into cybersecurity or information security, uh, what direction you would tell them to take, or what steps would you tell them to take?
Yeah, so that's a good question. So if anyone here is looking to get into cyber or information security, because there is excuse me, there is a difference between information security and cybersecurity, right? There's privacy, GRC and all that stuff. I don't do that. I understand what it does. I know what they do. That's really not my cup of tea. But if you're trying to get into cybersecurity, if you're just trying to, if you're getting into it, it all depends on where you're at now, right? If you are, you work at a pizza parlor today and you want to become a hacker tomorrow, there's some steps, right? Then you have to go hang out with Josh for a bit, learn some Linux, and then come over to me, right? But if you're like touching Linux, you're touching Windows, you're touching networks, you're touching all these things, where I would say, like what I did, I can give you my path. It was unfortunate that I got robbed, but then like what I did, this is before Try Hack Me and Hack the Box.
Yeah.
I would create my own vulnerable machines, download it from like Vuln Hub
Yep.
and all that stuff, and set up your own home lab. If you have a couple of dollars, if you got some dough stashed away, you could go use Hack the Box, Try Hack Me. I would used to always say Try Hack Me, and then brushing up your skills, and then go to Hack the Box. But the thing is, Hack the Box has their academy now, so it has paths that you can walk down or you can walk through. That it's a little user friendly, right? A couple of years ago, 5, 6, 7 years ago, you had to hack your way in. It was a pain in the ass,
Mm-hmm.
But like with Try Hack Me, I'd still recommend going to Try Hack Me, learn the Linux fundamentals track, and then if you want to go blue team, obviously there's a defense side. If you want to work as a SOC analyst, learn those tools, forensics, understand that. And if you want to go to red team, pen testing side, there's routes for that. And I think having your own system.
Uh-oh. 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 Don't tell me my computer is frozen. Hold on one second. If you guys can let me know if you hear me. Oh, crap. Let me know if you guys can hear me. Looks like Pat is frozen at the moment. Hold on, let me see what's going on. Oh, crap. I guess you guys can still hear me, but I can't see anything right now. I think I didn't jacked up my computer trying to pull up the links. I can't even see. Oh, and thanks, Kel, for letting me know, man. I can't believe this happened. Sorry about that, guys. So I'm not frozen. He's just frozen. Okay. Unhack Pat. I see. Hold on one second. I think I didn't did something to my computer. I might have to kill some windows or something. I was trying. All right. Let's see. What's wrong? What do I have open that's destroying my computer like this? Because he won't be able to drop off and come back either way. Because it's all right, hold on one second. Yeah, I'm gonna have to kill. I'm gonna have to go into my. I'm gonna just have to kill the whole thing. Yeah, everything is messed up. Hold on one second. It's just it's gonna kill a stream if I do that. Hey, what's up, Pat? Yeah, sorry. I'm trying to fix it, man. I don't know what happened to my computer. It just kind of died on me. As for it's my browser. So I apologize. Hold on one second, bro. All right, so my browser is like screwed up right now. I'm gonna have to stop this stream, and so I talked to Pat. We gonna reschedule this stream for a later date. So I 100% apologize for it. I can't even bring up any of my browsers right now at the moment, and it's because I have like a whole bunch of stuff going on with the computer that I'll be doing in the background. I'm gonna just have to kill some of that stuff, but it's gonna force me to stop the stream in order to get it back going. So I can't even see the chat or anything now except for what I can see on my phone. So shout out to everybody that came out. We're gonna do this thing again. Like I said, me and Pat talked about it, and we're gonna reschedule. And I apologize for wasting y'all time, but yeah, KeepItTechie got hacked. Nah, nah, we gonna knock it out again. And then also, Pat is gonna bring me on his channel pretty soon as well. We're gonna collaborate, and definitely check out his channel. I don't know if you guys can see at least this. Let me see. But make sure you check out his channel. I think I had it up a little earlier on the stream, and I put it in the chat as well. So make sure you go subscribe to his channel as well. He has awesome content over there, and I'm gonna go down and just call it a day. I really apologize for this, but I'll catch you guys on the next one, man. But hope you guys have a wonderful day, and of course, keep it techie.